And as you know that prelims has been postponed. Okay, so many of you might be having many doubts that how to study, how to plan, how to move forward, and there are many things. And as you know that we are going through this second wave and the pandemic, you all aware about the nature of this pandemic, and many of you might be affected. Many of you might be affected by this. So if you are affected by COVID, then we wish you a speedy recovery. Okay. So the point is कि अब करें क्या, ठीक है? Because we are sitting today, we are sitting at 14th of May, right? So we are sitting on 14th of May, and prelims has been scheduled for 10th of October. So roughly I'm saying, roughly you have like 5 months with you. So we are sitting at 14th of May, and prelims is on 10th of October. So roughly you have 5 months with you. So the thing is that how to plan this 5 month journey. Okay, so that is the biggest challenge, and there is a possibility that some of you are in their very first attempt, some of you are in their very last attempt. So it is like mix. Like some might be having their second attempt, third attempt. Some might have appeared in mains many times, but they were not able to clear the mains. Some of you might have appeared in interview earlier, and there is a possibility that you were not able to clear the whole process, and some of you might have been failing in prelims consistently. Okay, so there are three steps which we have: pre, then mains, then interview. Let me make it very clear: those who are having their interview, okay, those who are having their interview, I am assuming that your interview will start by the end of June or in the month of July. It will start. And so there is just one simple rule for all of you, those who are having their interview, that next 50 days you have to devote, next 45 to 50 days, only and only on your interview. Reason being, you don't know as of now. There is a very good possibility that you might have cleared the means cutoff by a good margin of marks, and there is a very good possibility that you have just cleared the main cutoff by 1 mark. And those who have attended my earlier interview session, I have shown it that even if you have cleared by a margin of 1 mark, you can clear the whole process, provided you get the best mark, the top mark. Okay, so next 45 to 50 days, only and only for the interview. Now coming here for the pre and mains, ideally what you should do, ideally what everyone should do is that you should prepare in a mixed manner. Mixed manner means you should do something about mains and something about prelims. Why? Because 10th of October is the date of the prelims, and UPSC has not announced any date for the mains. And if we will go by the last year pattern, then you might be having your mains by 10th of January 2022. So you will get only 88 to 90 days. And those who have appeared in mains, they know it very well that it becomes very difficult to handle the mains in 88 or 90 days. Mains is a game where you have to put like a lot of effort. So it should be mixed. Okay. And I'm just sharing an ideal strategy. It all depends on you. what you want to do. Okay, but ideally, if you really want to clear the exam in 2021 itself, then three things from the main side. Number one is your optional. Number one is your optional. At least paper one of your optional should be finished before the prelims. There is a possibility that some of you might not have cleared your prelims in 2, 3, 4, 5 attempts. The one thing which suffers the most is the mains preparation. You don't prepare for the mains because you are thinking that if I will not be able to clear, if I will not be able to clear the prelims, then what is the point of preparing for the mains? And you will get one chance to write the mains, and then you will cry. You will definitely cry that I wish I could have prepared something about the mains. So first is the optional. Second thing and most important thing is essay. It is the most neglected part, and many times it happens that when you are appearing in your mains for the first time, that then some of you might write your first essay in the examination hall itself, and it has happened with many. Even in during my first mains, I made the same mistake. And third thing is ethics. Okay, so from the main side, ideally, ideally I'm saying optional, especially paper one, because those who are having optionals like public administration, sociology, PSIR or others, you have thinkers in your paper one. And in thinker wala part, you have to put effort. Why essay and ethics? Reason being that once you prepare ethics, once you are thorough with the concept, once you are thorough with the definition of ethics, hardly it will take 10 to 12 days. And trust me, hardly it will take 10 to 12 days to prepare the content of the ethics. But the biggest challenge of ethics is to apply the knowledge. This application part, this application part becomes very important. Unless you do some answer writing practice in ethics, you cannot be sure that you are done with the ethics. And when people are not able to write answer, what they do, they choose different kind of material. In ethics, only one standard material. Only one standard material is sufficient, and it is more than sufficient. The maximum pain which you have to take is application part, answer writing. You might have heard somewhere that if you are good in case studies, you are going to get very good marks. It is a fake news. Let me tell you, it is a fake news. If you are not good, if you are not good with your theory part, then you will not score more than 80-85 marks. Okay, you will not get more than 80-85 marks. And this is where people are like suffering. Students are not able to get very good marks. Exceptions are always there. You will find someone कि मैंने तो कुछ नहीं किया था आंसर राइटिंग में and मेरी तो रैंक आ गई. Exception है वो. Don't treat yourself so lucky. You are not. So assume yourself that you are the most unluckiest person. The only luck you will get by putting the hard work. And this hard work in ethics is here, application. Like during the COVID times, we are saying that don't become doctor yourself. Consult a doctor. Don't self-medicate. The same applies here when you are writing answer. Don't try to check your own answer. Have someone to see it. Have someone to check it. If you have some money with you, then join some course. Get the professional help. only then you will be able to understand that where you are lacking in ethics answer writing. But there is one point here. Once it is done, like you put 10-12 days, 10-12 days for content, then 20-25 days, 20 days or 25 days for answer writing, both theory and case study. Then your ethics is complete. Ethics is one paper. Once you finish it, then you don't have to worry about the content. You don't have to bring new content. The same does not apply with GS2 and GS3, because you will get some update, you will get some current affairs, new committee, budget, other things. But in ethics, once you have prepared your content, and once you are done with the answer writing, once you know how to write answer in ethics, even in the night, if someone wakes you up and asks you to write some answer, you will be able to. That is the beauty of ethics. So it should be your priority. Then comes essay. Why I emphasized on essay? In essay, generally you don't have to prepare much content. Whatever you are reading for GS1, 2, 3, 4, or your optional, or some news or any novels, then you will get the content. In essay, the biggest challenge is how to put the idea on the paper. Suppose today I say that please write an essay on the this second wave, and basically on the governance side. So you are like कि हाँ यार ऑक्सीजन की किल्लत थी, ऐसा था, वहां पे एक बेस्ट था, फिर कहीं पे कोई एक अच्छा मॉडल चल रहा था, है ना,
नहीं एक
सारा
बार
का सारा
पॉजिटिव
कुछ,
बस 8 दिन तो हुआ अभी,
सारा का सारा कुछ चल रहा था, है ना. बट क्या है ना कि वो जो थॉट्स हैं वो स्कैटर्ड है, एक थॉट यहाँ है, एक यहाँ है, एक यहाँ है, एक यहाँ है, एक यहाँ है. देयर इज नो फ्लो, there is no flow in the thought process, and when you are forced to put it on the paper, like you are forced, to put it on the paper. So you start with something, then you are like, okay, let me put that particular story, then something, and in the middle of the essay, you get around 6 pages for essay. Okay, ideally you get around 6 pages for essay. So after wasting 2-3 pages, you are getting good ideas. So essay and ethics, of course, ethics also, it is more about how you put your idea on the paper, because you are going to get a topic, and topic looks very simple, and you are like कि इस पे तो लिख ही लेंगे यार, कुछ ना कुछ तो लिख ही आएंगे. In ethics, whatever question you are getting, questions are simple, that how to apply empathy in the life of a civil servant, and you are like कितना simple है. But just after writing the introduction, you are not able to write another line. You are having some thoughts, but you are not able to put those thoughts on the paper. So again, like ethics, in essay, practice is required. A lot of practice is required. Lot of thinking part is required, that how to connect the dots. Essay is like you are writing a novel, and there are some novels which are very good, but they are not able to put their idea on the paper in the right manner. So you get bored just after 3-4 pages. You are like कि मजे नहीं आ रहे हैं. But there is a possibility that after 20-25 pages, novel have some good message for all of us. It might have a very good story for all of us. We don't know. But you are not having the patience to go beyond 4 5 pages. The same thing happens for essay. Examiner start your essay with introduction, then he or she sees your 1 2 3 paragraph, and they understand your thought process. So even if you have done good, like on the page number 4 or 5, it doesn't matter. So in essay, content is not an issue. Content is not an issue at all. Issue is how to put it on the paper. Again, the same thing which I have said on ethics. Don't become a doctor of like yourself. Go for the professional feedback. Always go. Like answer writing is one thing which differentiate your answer with others, which differentiate the ranking which you are going to get, and it decides what kind of rank or what kind of thing you are going to get. So answer writing is very important. So always go for the professional feedback when it comes to essay. So let's decide the timeline. That how you should devote the time. Today is 14th May. Okay, guys, please don't write anything. Please don't write anything, else you will be removed. So timeline. Let's see the timeline for this. Today is 14th May, and like if you are having some comfort with the prelim, okay, then what you can do till 14th of June, sorry, July, if you are comfortable with the prelims wala side, till 14th July, you can devote yourself for the main. Only if you are comfortable with the prelim. Okay. Then how to divide it? The first priority, as I have said, your first priority should be optional. Paper one. If you have not done anything for your optional, then it should be your first priority. Okay. Second thing, along with the optional, you can take ethics as it is like. You don't have to put like more effort for this. As I have said, 10 12 days is sufficient for the content. If you stick to one particular notes or book, you have to just understand the basics of ethics. And I will share one video on the channel that how to do it. Once you are done with it, directly go for answer writing and make it a point for essay. Make it a point that every Sunday, every Saturday or Sunday, you are writing at least one essay. At least one essay you are writing, and your essay is getting checked. Okay. So every Saturday or Sunday, you must write one essay. Then how to divide the day? Like for ethics, every day, how much hours is required? I would say 3 hours sufficient. 3 hours is completely sufficient for नेक्स्ट 12 days कंटेंट हाथ में आ गया, then directly go for answer writing. In answer writing, when you are doing answer writing, I will share something about that. Optional paper 1, finish it, read the content. If you have appeared in mains earlier, then find your weak areas, work on those weak areas. Okay, then go for the previous year question. One thing which everyone miss in the preparation, they don't go after the previous year question. The same applies for GS also. But in optional, first thing, people don't complete their syllabus. Second thing, they don't go for the answer writing. Third, they don't do this their previous year question. And you are getting very less marks every year. Then you cannot complain because you are not doing it. Okay. And this next message is for them, those who have finished their optional at least once, irrespective of your number of attempts. Every optional have two papers, paper 1, paper 2. It has two parts, section 1, section 2. Section 1, section 2. So those who have finished their optional at least once or twice. Now how to go for the optional, and please follow this process. You will find the difference in your preparation. You will find massive difference. So what you have to do, in section 1 you are having, let's say, 10 topics. Section 2, 10, 10, 10. So what is the mistake which you are committing, which I was talking about? Let's say you have finished your optional 3 times. In section 1, topic 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. First time टॉपिक 1, 2, 3, 4 अच्छे से कर लिया, देन एक जल्दीबाजी आती है कि ले यार लेट्स फिनिश दिस. 5, 6 थोड़ा सफर करता है, 7, 8, 9, 10 कंप्लीटली सफर. Same goes for section 2, this section, this time you have to start from topic number 10, which was being neglected. Do not start from topic number 1. This message is for them, those who have finished their optional at least once or twice. Start with topic number 10, then 9, then 8, then 7, then 6. Because 3 times, 2, 3, 4 times, you have done it यार, अच्छे से हो गया वो, और कितना अच्छा करोगे. These are the neglected topics. You have to focus on these topics. Neglected topics. So out of 40 topics, you have 20 neglected topics. If you can have a strong command over these 20 topics, and suppose your optional is giving, let's assume 310 highest score, average score is 260. I don't believe in highest score because many a times toppers get 310 or 312, but the common students, they are suffering and they are finding it very difficult to get, let's say, 220 or 230 marks. And this has happened many times, 220, 230. So I always go for the average score. What average brain is getting. Let's say it's 260. Then there is one thing, you will definitely get this average score, come what may. Second thing, you will improve at least 20, 25 marks in your optional by following this method, neglected topic. I hope I have made myself clear. If you really want to clear the exam, if you really want to get very good rank, then you have to focus on neglected topics. Same applies for other papers also, चाहे GS 1, 2, 3, 4 हो, कुछ भी हो. What we do in GS, let's say, and those who are SOMP old students, they know it very well. GS 3, how many topics are there? Economic development, agri, security, science and tech, then environment plus disaster management. 250 marks का paper है. And those who have prepared for the mains, or those who have appeared in mains once or twice, what you have done? You have done budget, survey, and whatnot. So you have prepared economic development only, in that too only current affairs. You have neglected security, science and tech, environment plus disaster management. How many questions are coming from this particular side? Around 110 to 130. 110 to 130 marks. Let's say you are getting 80 marks, 85 marks. फिर कोई दोस्त ने बोल दिया कि वो XYZ कोचिंग का करंट अफेयर्स बहुत अच्छा है, फिर से वही गलती. द सेम मिस्टेक ईच एंड एवरी ईयर, द सेम मिस्टेक. इसको कितना अच्छा करोगे यार, और इसमें भी सिर्फ करंट अफेयर्स कर रहे हैं. ये इंपॉर्टेंट. एग्रीकल्चर के भी जो कंसेप्ट है वो इंपॉर्टेंट. आर यू डूइंग इट? नो. Then why you are crying that you are not getting the mark? You are not supposed to get the mark. It is as simple as that. If you don't know Greyhound model in security, if you don't know the cyber policy of the government, that how cyber security infrastructure is working, what you are going to write? You are going to write मन की बात. उससे नंबर मिलेंगे नहीं. What you do for GS2? What you are doing?
Sir, unmute yourself.
Oh, okay, यार, sorry. कहाँ तक सुना था? GS3 वाला सुन लिया था ना?
Yes sir, GS2 नहीं सुना था.
ओके. तो GS2 में क्या टॉपिक्स हैं? कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन, सोशल जस्टिस, गवर्नेंस, IR. कहाँ पे पागल हो रहे हैं हम लोग अभी? गवर्नेंस. जिसको देखो 2-3 किताब लेके बैठा है. Students are having 2 to 3 books or notes of multiple coaching for the governance. लक्ष्मीकांत प्रीलिम्स क्लियर कर लिया तो उसको तो पैक ही देना है प्री के बाद, उठाना ही नहीं. Just after pre, most of the students and most of the times we commit this mistake. We don't read Lakshmikant. Social justice, इसके कुछ टॉपिक कर लिए. Around 100 marks question are coming from constitution and you are not even reading it. Let's say you give 15 days for your GS2 Out of this 15 days, and governance से कितने marks के question आ रहे हैं? 30, 40 maximum. It is maximum, and this is minimum. So out of 15 days, you are giving 5-7 days for the governance, and even then you are not satisfied. कि चलो एक और किताब ले आओ. What is the point of doing it? They are asking 100 or 120 marks question from the constitution side. Are you doing it? No. Then again कि यार मेरा GS2 तो weak है, इसमें तो कुछ दिक्कत है. लगे हुए हैं सुप्रीम कोर्ट के वर्डिक्ट याद करने में, डेटा कलेक्ट करने में, कमिटीज करने में, बेसिक करना है. They are asking basic question from the constitution side. And if you are not able to answer the basic question from the constitution side, they are asking question on financial emergency, and they have done it. They are asking question from CAG. अब 3 महीने लक्ष्मीकांत देखी नहीं है, CAG का आर्टिकल भी याद नहीं आ रहा है, अटॉर्नी जनरल का आर्टिकल भी याद नहीं आ रहा, नहीं आता. 3-4 महीने नहीं पढ़ोगे तो नहीं याद आने वाला है कुछ. तो ये जो गलतियां हैं, देन फिर उसमें एक और लेट्स से लगे हाथ GS1 का भी बता ही दो. So in the GS1, क्या मिस्टेक हो रही है? What you focus more on GS1? The so-called society, and you are mad about it, completely mad about society. 250 marks paper. सिलेबस में क्या है? आर्ट एंड कल्चर, हिस्ट्री, ज्योग्राफी, then some portion of environment plus urban flood and वो governance वाला side. How many marks questions are coming from this side? Around 130 marks, 120 to 130. After prelims, you are not going through NCERT or geography. You are not going through history wala side. Then how can you expect that you are going to get very good marks? The same thing happens that my GS1 is weak. So we find the scapegoat. And how we try to solve the issue? How we do it? By joining some big course. I'm not against any course. I'm not at all. But my point is, if you are having COVID-19, then you have to take the medicine for COVID, not the typhoid, which is killing many in Uttar Pradesh. Because doctors in villages are saying that no, you are having typhoid, and they are giving medicine for that. If your problem is that you are not focusing on neglected topic, no magic will help, no course will help. There is a possibility, let's say that cutoff is 720. In your first attempt, you got, let's say, very poor marks, 500, 600. Next time, you are at 670. Third time, you are at 700. You are seeing that, yes, I'm improving, I'm closer to the cutoff. I just missed cutoff by 20 marks. Next year, there is a possibility you will get 721, 730. Then you will blame ki, "Arey yaar, I reached till the interview stage, but I didn't get the rank." Why you are not blaming yourself? That you are not getting the right medicine, and that medicine is neglected topic. You must write it down somewhere in your study room that from today onwards, I'll focus more on the neglected topic. And we will be having one complete session for the mains again, where we will talk about the topic, questions, and others. But my point is that in GS3, I have told you security, science and tech, environment, let's say only 100 marks. Assume it as 100. GS2, constitution side, 100. This GS1, 100. Let's say only 100. GS4, you are not doing theory part. Theory part is coming around 130 marks. And case study is 120. Sometimes case study 130 or theory part is 120. Yahan bhi let's assume only 50, not more than that. In this side, optional side, in paper 1, 250. Out of that, let's say from these last topics, only let's say 100 marks questions are coming. 100 marks in paper 1, 100 marks in paper 2. So it is 200. What is the total of this? 550. If you can improve your marks in this 550, don't you think you will get the rank? There is no point of only clearing the main. Let's talk about that. You can, but you have to understand that this 550 marks is neglected by you, neglected by others. So do not fail this time to improve yourself in this 550 marks. And let's assume that by improvement out of this 550 marks, you will improve, let's say, only 100 marks. I'm not saying more, only 100. And those who have appeared in mains, they know the value of 100. They know the value of even 1 mark. I hope I have made myself clear. So from now onwards, one common mistake which you were committing, which you are not going to commit, that is, you are not going to neglect these topics. Is this clear? Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Good.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's move further.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Now, coming to the prelims. Many of you might be having innate fear of prelims. Innate fear means whatever you do, you are always fearful for the prelims. And you are like that you might not be able to clear this time, and that fear exists in your mind. In prelims, again, I will take one long session on this, but just giving a rough outline. In prelims also, there is a term called neglected topics. And these neglected topics are generally tough. These are tough topics. By seeing the trend of, let's say, 2018, 19, 20, cutoff is around 100 out of 200. In prelims, like you all must have appeared or going to appear for the first time. Even a zero point 0.4 mark can make a huge difference, and some of you might have failed by 0.4 marks. In prelims, you fight for each and every single mark. In mains, what is the difference between prelims and mains? In mains, let's say in mains, you don't want to study a particular topic, let's say 1857 during mains. It is fine. Why it is fine? Ideally, you should, but why it is fine? Because you will write something about it. In prelims, it is always about pinpointed knowledge. That there is no doubt in your mind about that particular statement, about that line. You have no doubt. You know it is true or false. So that pinpointed knowledge is your weapon in the prelims. In the mains, in this, there is a possibility that you are writing some wrong fact. चलता है, ठीक है, थोड़ा बहुत चलता है, it is fine. But in prelims, it is not fine at all. You will lose the mark. You will lose the mark. And in the prelims, we don't want to lose any mark. So first is neglected topics. Second is one advice or one appeal to all of you. Do not go mad about current affairs. Some of you might be doing only current affairs. Do not go mad about current affairs. Cover it from one source, maximum two sources, that is fine. It is completely fine. Reason being, if you really want to clear the prelims, and those who are clearing the prelims continuously, they know the game lies with the static part. Except in 2016. Only one exceptional year. Main game lies with static. Those who are having very good command over static, they have very good chance to clear the prelims, and they are clearing every year except in 2016. So what you have to do, you have to make it a point that my static, कितने subject हैं इधर? Polity, economy, history, geography, science and tech, then environment, art and culture. You should have command over each and every subject. Excuse will not help. That, oh yeah, I'm very weak in geography, so I might not be able to do it. 10 questions are coming, 8 to 10 questions. What is the biggest mistake, like which I have talked about for mains? What is the mistake here? Cutoff is 100 out of 200, means 50 questions correct. 50 correct question. 100 questions. You don't want to study art and culture. Let's say three or four questions are coming from. Let's say 3 or 4 questions are coming from art and culture. You think you are not good in science and tech. Now it is around 8 to 10 questions are coming. You're like, you are not able to mug up some species or something about environment. Let's say 5 questions are coming. And miscellaneous 10 questions where you didn't put the effort. You are like कि देखा जाएगा वहीं पे, ठीक है? So you had that attitude कि in the examination hall itself, I will see it. If we'll see only this minimum set, 26 questions. 26 questions you have left even before the exam. Now you are fighting hard out of 74 questions instead of 100. One major reason why people are not able to clear prelims consistently. This one habit, quitting. This one habit is stopping you to write the main. Do not quit before the actual battle. Every year you are like लक्ष्मीकांत में तो शायद अब रंगने की भी जगह नहीं बची होगी, उसका वो हाल कर दिया, 50 बार पढ़ ली, बट आर्ट एंड कल्चर एक ही बार नहीं. If you don't know the basic of science and tech, then how can you mark correct option? You won't be able. Do not quit. So mantra for the mains was neglected topic. Same applies with prelims. New phrase, quitting. How can you be so sure that out of 74 you are going to mark, let's say, 50 question correct? Then there is another mistake which student commit. Let me talk about it in length. Another mistake is, and which is again stopping you from writing the mains. Suppose in attempt 1, let's say cutoff is 100. Attempt 1 you got 88 marks. Attempt 2 you got 96. Attempt 3 98. Attempt 4 99. Attempt 5 99.6. But still you are out of the game. What is that mistake which you are committing? One mistake is quitting. So you are not doing this. Second is, you are not trying to score 120, 130 marks. Every year you are crying that I am so unlucky that I missed prelims by 12 marks, 4, 2, 1.5. This year you are fighting to get 12 more marks, then 4 more marks, then 2, then 1, then 0.4. Do not commit this mistake. There are many, and there are thousands of students. They don't even write a single mains in their entire 6 attempts, or 9 attempts, or 10 attempts. Not even a single main. Everyone, those who are sincere towards this exam, those who are serious about this exam, those who have sacrificed many things, you have no right to cry if you are going out of this cycle without writing the name. At least one main, I'm not saying more, at least have the feel that what is real UPSC. This mains is the actual UPSC. At least try to appear in interview once. Many things, like we all know the nature of this exam: pre, mains, interview, rank. But if someone is writing mains every year after clearing the prelims, then there must exist some strategy, right? And it does exist. This strategy does exist. If you will follow that, you will write the mains. And those who have not seen a single mains, trust me, there is no greater feeling than going for the mains. That 10-day process. It is beautiful. It is good. Of course, those who are writing mains every year and they are failing and they are like, क्या अच्छा है उसमें, वही मेंस देने जाना है. 10 दिन के लिए फिर जाना है. So they should rise to the next step, interview. And those who are consistently appearing for interview, ensure that you get the best marks. You present the best version of yourself. Get a rank. So in prelims, please do not neglect. There is no tough topic in prelims. Let me be very honest with you. It all depends how much effort you want to put. Even art and culture can be so interesting if you know the right source, if you know how to read it. Most of the students find it very tough, but it is not. Ancient, medieval, very tough. It is not. It is just a perception. So change your perception. Be ready to fight. And it is a fight. Do not assume that it is just a process. And you will hear many stories, many toppers. 2 महीने पढ़ा था यार रैंक ले आया मैं तो. They were lucky. Do not treat yourself as a lucky guy. The only better luck you will get when you will put the hard work. And there is a one interesting thing about this hard work theory. I know many means many. They study 12 to 14 hours every day. Every day, 12 to 14 hours. Every year, they fail. Every day, 12 to 14 hours. And every year, they are failing. Every year, each and every year. Why? This is the starting point. This is the end point. Your destiny. Someone starts with a normal speed. If you commit that 7 to 8 hours, I can study every day. I can promise you, you can clear the exam. The whole process I'm saying. Consistently, sincerely, 7 to 8 hours is sufficient to clear the exam. गधा नहीं बनना. तो गधा करता क्या है कि जर्नी यहाँ से यहाँ तक की. Let's say it was only 100 meters. Misguidance, topper stop. The biggest misguidance you will get through the topper stop. I have maintained this stand like for last 3-4 years. Hardly 1% or 2% toppers talk honestly in the topper stop. वरना सबको भगवान बनना है, सबको हीरो बनना है, and they are not doing a right thing. It is completely unethical, but they are doing it. So यहाँ से यहाँ तक का डिस्टेंस सिर्फ ट्रेवल करना था, बट होता क्या है, थ्रू misguidance, you are traveling like this, you are dying like this, you are traveling every year. Attempt exhaust. Journey was of only this, but this misguidance has killed your hard work. So only hard work is not sufficient to clear the exam. Hard work plus direction plus sincere effort. The moment you have these three things, you will feel a change in your mindset. There is a saying, and one of my friend, not friend, one of my senior who is an IAS officer, he said कि जिस साल ना हम मेहनत बिल्कुल अच्छे से करते हैं, एक प्रॉपर तरीके से जब हम मेहनत करते हैं ना, अंदर से वो फील आ जाता है कि इस साल में एग्जाम क्लियर कर, और उस साल होता है. एंड ही वाज राइट. while saying this. The year you know that yes, everything is going good. I am doing the right thing. Everyone gets the sleepless night. So you are not like unique that only you are being punished with those sleepless nights. Everyone is getting it. But the point is what you are doing after that sleepless night. Either you are thinking only about that sleepless night for next 5 days, or you are saying that my process is fixed. I have to do it. नींद है आज नहीं आई कल आ जाएगी और आएगी बॉडी है बॉडी की नीड है आएगी those who were in sports if some of you were in sports when we give our best in sports we know that we have better chances and we do win the same method you have to apply here every day 7 to 8 hours sincere effort this 7 to 8 hours why I am saying it because you are trying to increase your hours by 12, 14, 16 and why I'm saying this is the optimum which is required because in 14 or 16 hours let's say you are studying 14 hours and let's say you are studying in slots of one slot 5 hours second 5 third 4 and when I say this so many are like sir I use app I don't use phone I don't go for social media and all the biggest social media which is going on is in your head this human head this is the biggest social media chit chat point daydreaming so out of 5 hours 3 hours तो यही सपने देख रहे थे कि जब आईएएस बन जाएंगे तो बंगला कैसा मिलेगा गाड़ी कैसी मिलेगी सब कितनी ताली मारेंगे so how much are this person is doing 2 hours and that too not effective hours so if you will check out of 14 hardly 4 hour efficiency and with that 4 hour efficiency and that too without direction do you think that this person stands any chance to clear the exam no not at all last but not the least one thing from my side one personal message the time which we are living right now the second corona wave it is chaos the pandemic is having like it is having toll on your mental health you are seeing the news that many are dying some are dying without oxygen support without medicine they are crying and each and everything you are seeing if you and your family is not affected by covid if you have been affected by covid but now you are fine and even if you are going to be affected in near future by covid you have to close your body like we say na double mask so your double layer is required your aim should be to prepare and once you involve yourself wholeheartedly into the preparation mode then you will stop checking the number of new cases you will stop checking the deaths and all I'm not saying that you have to become a inhuman person but you have to remember if you are not helping anyone as of now but you but by clearing the exam once you get into ias or ips you can help thousands of people country needs good officers and if you are a good human being please work hard because many uh, I should not say it but you know the kind of officers we have and the kind of mess we have in our country. It is only because of those bad elements in the bureaucracy. People are not getting the help. And you have seen the example of good officers, good IAS officer. One IAS officer from Bihar, he has saved around 250 lives. There was massive oxygen crisis. He has solved it. So we need more good officers. So if you are not helping anyone, it is fine. How can you help? By preparing effectively. So have this wall. And if you can help, and I must appeal, like those who are on, and I assume every one of you is on SOMP channel, and you have seen my post for last 20 25 days. There is no post regarding any course, nothing, and I'm not interested in that. Reason being, people are dying, and there is one particular thing that I know I can help, and we were so happy as a team. Like we have a huge team now, and soon we are going to be more organized. We were able to help. We were able to save some lives. That is the greatest feeling which I have got. Trust me on. If you can help, please help. But if you are not able to prepare, even if you want to help but also want to prepare, then mix your time. That okay, every day 1 hour I'll devote 1 or 2 hours to help others. Then अपना कितने घंटे पढ़ना है यार, 7 8 घंटे ही पढ़ना है. ये हमें इंक्रीज करना है. ये सबसे टॉप इफेक्टिव आवर हमें बनाना है. उसके बाद में करो हेल्प, दोनों काम हो जाएंगे. And no need to fear. All of us who are on this Zoom call, if we will follow the standard procedure, all of us will be alive. We are not going to die due to COVID. If you have symptom, please go for the testing. Always take the medical advice, take the medicine, no panic, you will be fine. It is only through the neglect young people are reaching to ICU. So we don't have to neglect. If we are getting it, we'll see it, and we are going to get tested and we'll get the medicine. That's nothing to fear. Okay. No need to fear, no need to panic. You have got the golden opportunity. Last year, the same opportunity was given to many. Whenever we prepare, we have a set deadline, like this year, 27 June. So you might have been preparing by keeping this date in your mind. And it is a miracle that you are getting around 100 more days from this date. It's a miracle for you. Utilize it fully. And those who are going to utilize these 100 days, they are going to do good in the exam. As I have said that I'm busy in other works and all, and of course I know we have a professional accountability as we are an institute. So I'm building a team, a new team. So there will be some courses for the mains, for the prelims, for the essay. Team will share on the channel. You can see it. Now, if anyone has any doubt, please feel free. Any
Puneet,
kind of doubt.
Puneet, sir, before that, I would like to have some words.
Okay, yes. So Utkarsh भाई ने join किया है. Please, Utkarsh.
Okay, so guys, some of you know me as Robert Putnam through channel only. Okay, so in this time period, apart from whatever Puneet said, I would just say 2 or 3 things. First of all, we will be helping in pandemic by keeping ourselves safe. First most thing. Okay, so do take care of your health, your family members, and we have to keep studying as well. So in this context, what I will suggest, short notes are the parts where most of the people are lagging. And just two additions, make sure you have short notes of your optional, at least of your optionals. And apart from that, certain topics like self-help groups are there, or any such topics where, as Puneet said, you feel that you are weak, they should come handy while you are revising them, because just before mains you have 5 days for optional in this new schedule, and for GS you don't have much time. So sometimes you need short notes or short written facts which can be helpful at that time. And don't think to do as one of the post Puneet mentioned, that I will be doing each and everything. Mark up your areas. Don't go for any course or anything which you don't think you won't be able to complete. Second mistake one of my friends did last year in the same time period, and unfortunately he was not able to clear mains. The reason was that he started reading some new books for his optional. And guys, anything that you are not able to revise is not worth reading, be it your optional, be it your GS. So make sure if you are reading anything new, you have something concise related to that. Be either notes you or you highlight that book, whatever you do, whatever suits you. But make sure it doesn't end up in one reading only. You end up reading 5 new books in these 5 months, which is quite good enough, but not revising any one of them. Make sure these three things that I wanted to add. And apart from that, there's a question from Khushbu. She's asking like she has done with PTC 65.